Good morning, yogis and soon-to-be yogis. For this class, you may need some props. As you notice, I have various props surrounding me. So you could pick whatever suits you best. But the two main things that you will need for class is a strap or a long belt, maybe a long scarf. Perhaps a few yoga blocks, but if you don't have them, you could very easily use a couple of books would be fine. If you don't have either, a blanket will do, or even some cushions off of your favorite reading chair or couch. So any of these props, at least two of them, the strap or belt or a blanket or cushions, will work for today's class. Today's class is in the style of Yin Yoga with a specific theme of grounding and centering, with intention to learn a little bit more about the root chakra called the Muladhara chakra. And this energy center of 7 that line up to the crown of the head lies the sense of feeling secure, safe, and having all that you need within your life. So without further ado, let's get started. Now that you have your props, I invite you to maybe take that blanket, block, cushion, towel, and fold it up maybe into a nice rectangle. And any of those props that I mentioned, placing at the back of your sitting bones so that it tilts the pelvis forward, releasing tension in the lower back, and starting to open up or release the muscles at the hip flexors, the tops of the thighs. For anatomically, you'll be focusing through the pelvic region, the upper legs, lower legs, and feet. There will be some movement of the upper body and through the neck, but mainly focus on the lower body, which is the root chakra area. Okay, so use your hands at the sides of your hips and maybe rock forward, rock back, side to side, and see if you could find the very base of your sitting bones. For the legs may be folded, they may be extended, they may create a nice loose diamond shape wherever you could find that quote unquote good posture. Take a roll of the shoulders up, back, and down, opening up across the heart space. Draw the chin in slightly, lining up the ears over the shoulders, the heart over the pelvis. Maybe the palms are face up, out towards the knees. Perhaps the palms are face down. Wherever you find this elongation of your spine, that's where you should place the hands. Closing the eyes or softening the gaze. Practicing a few cleansing breaths as you breathe deeply through the nose. Exhale, audible sigh. Again, inhale deeply all the way up to the crown of the head. Exhale, open. And practicing these cleansing breaths as often as you need them throughout practice, helping you release tension and clear the space for what is to come. There is a hand mudra that goes with your Muladhara or root or base chakra. If you'd like to open up the eyes for a moment, you connect the thumb, index, and middle finger, and the other 2 fingers splay out. Palms could be up or down for this mudra, invoking that energy at the base. Connecting earth, fire, noticing the pathway of your natural breath as you close the eyes again. don't know what a mudra is, it's a hand seal. All fingers have different meanings. And this one is called the Pran or Prana mudra. Mudra meaning seal with the hands. And you may use it throughout practice at any time that you need to find that grounding sensation that we all long for. Practice another cleansing breath. Breathe in through the nose. Exhale, audible sigh. So maybe now as you release that Pran Mudra, you bring the palms together into Anjali Mudra, connecting the right and left side of your body, lightly grazing the thumbs up against the sternum. This mudra meaning offering, prayer, love, and gratitude. Here I'd like to invite you to practice a chant of Om, opening up your practice as we traditionally do in yoga studios. Maybe on this wave of Om, you sigh out anything that you're holding on to through the vibration of your voice. But maybe you'd like to send something out there into the world that will greet you when you arrive. Practice one more cleansing breath here. And then inhale to chant Om. Big breath in. Nicely done. Bring the chin into the chest, bowing down to this practice, bowing down to this new day, night, or evening of practice. And here an opportunity to set an intention. For this intention may be of grounding, of centering, and feeling that every moment. Or maybe this intention has something to do with what you're working on. Whatever it may be, let it be. Enjoy and trust the process. And then seal it with your breath. Nice full breath in. And deep full breath out. For this style of yoga, we don't necessarily need to have a controlled breath, but I do advise towards a nice fluid breath in the tummy, diaphragmatic breath. As you place the hands on the knees, cup them around the knees, lift tall, and start breathing into the abdomen. Nice calming diaphragmatic or deep belly breath. So breathe in through the nose as you feel the abdominal wall expanding. And then as you breathe out, the navel goes back and towards the spine. And continue this at your own comfort level, knowing that this breath sends a message to the brain to relax, to rest and digest. And not only digesting any meals that you've consumed, but digesting life the way it currently is in this moment. Breathing in, filling up the belly with your breath, and breathe out, the navel goes back and towards the spine. Maybe you maintain the eyes closed at this point. Perhaps you open them up with a soft gaze. Moving to the right, smearing the heart forward. As you move to the left, you practice these Kundalini stirs. Good. And continue this at your own pace to the right, forward and around, a couple more times as you breathe in and breathe out. Good. One more. And then as you travel through the center, take it to the left and around. This movement or dynamic movement, known as Kundalini stirs in the Kundalini style of yoga, is also used in Yin Yoga. And it's meant to wake up the energy at the base of the spine that we're working on. Good. One more to your left and around. Travel through the center once again, working into the shoulders as you inhale, roll the shoulders up to the ears, exhale back and down. And continue that at your own pace, up, back, and down, up, back, and down. A couple more. Breathe in, breathe out. And last one. Inhale and exhale. Beautifully done. Taking the hands by the sides of the hips again. Lean back a little bit as you extend the legs out in front of you. Here, point and flex the toes. Point and flex. Point and flex. And then separate a little bit so you could roll it out. Good. One more in this direction and about 4 in the opposite direction while you breathe, or maintain that nice, fluid, natural breath. Brilliant. Draw the soles of the feet together in a nice, loose, wide diamond shape. Here is where you may incorporate your blocks, your blankets, or your pillows, going into butterfly pose. So as you lightly place the hands on the shins or the knees or back sides if you wish, inhale, lift tall out of the root of your spine. Exhale, roll to the front of your sitting bones, finding the first edge. So in Yin Yoga, we don't go all the way into it all at once. We find possibly more than one edge and hang out there for at least a few breaths. Each inhale prepares you as you grow tall, and then each exhalation gives you an opportunity to go deeper, if the body allows. Maybe now you start placing the hands out there in front of the shins or at the knees. And then perhaps on your inhale again, you lengthen from the base of the spine through the crown of the head, and then exhale, perhaps the body invites you a little bit deeper. So continue to play with that a few more moments or a few more cycles of breath, and then find that ultimate edge, respecting the boundaries of your body. And then if there is any space between you, your feet, or the mat, that's where you could place any of those props to hold you. Are they needed? Not necessarily, just as long as you could breathe and you are comfortable in the shape. very carefully using your hands or any mode of transportation to come all the way up, and exhale there at the top. Always giving yourself a moment between each transition to maybe notice what it did for you. Maybe what emotion has bubbled up to the surface. And allowing yourself to process that not only through your breath and stillness, but maybe through that positive intention that you set for yourself. So breathe in, and maybe you sigh it out. Good. So remove any pops, if any, that you used. Place them carefully to the side. We'll practice a release pose here. So using your hands to bring the knees in, separating your feet maybe a little bit wider than the hips. Take the hands by the sides, and then fan your legs from side to side. Maybe at first it's a very slow movement, but maybe your body moves just slightly quicker. My advice, be mindful. You don't have to do everything that I do. You can pick and choose and see what serves you best when practicing each time. Good. One more time. Right and left. And then travel through the center, extend the legs. Now draw your right leg out into a V, just as wide as it feels good today. And then draw your left foot in. So half firefly pose or half dragonfly pose. For this one, you may need the blocks or the blanket or cushions, and you may need the strap. So let's first start off with a twist to the left. Take the hands on the sides of the hips. Inhale, grow tall. And then exhale, rotate to your left, bringing the hands with you to support you. Now, for some of us that are experienced in yoga, as you notice with me, I'm already engaged through my foot. So I need to remind myself, disengage the muscles to benefit the connective tissue in my body through the hips, the knees, and the ankles, and through the toes. So release that engagement. Yet lift tall through the spine. As you maintain that good posture, the breath can flow through all the areas of need. So as you twist here, we find more space for this side lying stretch that comes next. Breathe into the tummy. Breathe out through the nose. And maybe you say to yourself, the universe provides all that I need. The universe is a loving place. The universe provides all that I need. The universe is a loving place. Now stay in this twist with the heart reaching towards the left wall. And you start sliding the hand on top of the leg for a side stretch, or maybe on the inside of the leg. Now you notice if the body is really tight in the side body, this is where you could incorporate the strap. As you fold it in half, or maybe that scarf or belt, you place it on the ball of the foot. Now, the best way that I've learned on the path of this side stretch or half firefly pose is to place my hand underhanded underneath the strap. Avoid wrapping the hand around, for that creates tension in the hand, and we're doing our best to release some tension in the body. So Maybe on your inhale, you reach that left arm up to the sky. Maybe you keep it by your side. See what works for you. Breathe in, grow tall, create a little tension on the strap. And then exhale, come to your first edge. Now mind this, you may hold these poses anywhere between a minute to 5 minutes. So if the top arm becomes a little fatigued, you can wrap it around your head, leave it by your side. And one that I like is flipping the palm back and wrapping it around my back. Where the goal is to create tension and tension in the side of your body to build bone density through the joints of the spine, through the right side. Okay, and also to create that tension in the right hip socket as well to build that bone density. And then to maintain mobility of the left side body. So see where it feels good at this first edge. Soften, disengage, breathe. The universe provides all that I need. The universe provides all that I need. And then remember, on your exhalation, maybe you take it a little bit deeper. Placing the top arm wherever it feels best to you. I'm discarding the strap and bringing the blocks or pillows in to keep me here at this edge that feels good. Now wrapping my top arm around my back where it feels best to me. Wherever the arms go, it's entirely up to you. Respect your boundaries and edges of your body, wherever it is at this moment. Yet notice if the breath is stagnant and do your best to maintain a nice fluid, natural breath or controlled deep belly breath. You may even go as far as gathering the inner arch of your foot or the peace fingers around the big toe. Soften the muscles. Few more moments here. Good. Very carefully using your hands if need be to come out. As you find the top, take that pause. Breathe out. Again. Nicely done. you continue to breathe through each transition and making sure that the breath stays smooth, start removing the props and placing them to the other side. And that way they're easily accessible for you. So maybe you practice that release of extending the legs out in front of you and pointing and flexing, rolling it out. Perhaps you take those little windshield wipers from side to side. Going into deer pose, so keep the left leg in and the right leg out. Now you're forming almost like two petals of a lotus flower. The right hip will come up. Can you cushion it? Yes, you could use another towel, another blanket underneath. Is it necessary? No, it's not. So we're going deeper into that twist to the left. And the reason why we have the blocks or pillows there is in case we need to place our hands when we arrive. But some of you may go all the way out onto the tummy and extend the arms out in front. So again, take it step by step. Hands by the sides. Inhale, grow tall out of the root of the spine. Exhale, start rotating towards the left wall. And pause there. Yes, you are welcome to go all the way into it if your body permits, with comfort and ease. Otherwise, take it step by step with me and pause wherever it feels best to you. Maybe at this moment you visualize a mist of red from the base or root of your spine all the way down the legs and through the toe tips. This mist of red is ignited with your breath, protecting you, giving you that sense of security and safety. On your inhale, lengthen if you're still at the top, and then exhale, walk the hands out there beyond your left thigh and hip, and pause. Give yourself at least a few cycles of breath before continuing to deepen the pose, this deer pose. Allow yourself to melt into your shoulders, provided that the back isn't rounding at this point. Maybe using now the props you have readily available to come down onto the forearms, and maybe finding that mudra, that prana or pran as commonly known mudra, thumb, index, and middle finger touching other two fingers splayed out. Invoking that sense of grounding and being centered. Taking it deeper if you wish, removing props. Perhaps forearms underneath the forehead or a prop. Maybe now extending the arms, placing the forehead or cheek down. Readjust the legs as much as you need to find comfort, or extending that right leg may be something that works for you. Or keep it bent. You may turn the head facing away from the legs towards the left. And then carefully coming out as you unwrap the head, walking the hands back underneath the shoulders, taking a moment to come out mindfully, cautiously, until you find the center again. And then practice one of those release poses that works for you, extending the legs, pointing and flexing, maybe even popcorning the knees if you wish. Taking those windshield wipers as I did. Good. And then find that comfortable seat as you started practice that works best for you, even kneeling. And as you find the base of your seat, draw the chin into the chest, stretching out the muscles at the base of the neck. And then roll the head towards the right shoulder. Good. Maybe wrap the right hand around to the temple. Allow gravity and the weight of your arm and head to intensify the stretch. Rather than you pulling in, be kind to your body. I have all that I need within myself. I have all that I need within myself and around me. Good. Now maybe you slide the hand at the back of the head, not necessary, and draw the chin and tip of the nose as if you were facing down the right side of your body. Not only getting into the left side of your neck, but parts of back of the neck. And for all of us, we feel it in different areas. For myself, I feel it all the way out to the shoulder cap and slightly in between the shoulder blades. Breathe. I have all that I need within myself and around me. I have all that I need within myself and around me. Brilliant. Take that hand to the outside temple and carefully guide the head through the center. And as you do that, remove the hand from the head. Sweep the chin along the horizon to the right and left about 3 to 4 times. And just notice if anything has changed on that side of the neck that you gave a stretch to. Good. Twice more. Breathe. And last one. If it's less or more, not to worry. It's perfectly fine. If anything, it brings benefit to you. So as you come in through the center, before we do the stretches on the other side, let's practice that sequence of poses together. So now taking the left leg out and bring the right foot in, going into your half firefly pose, little by little, first starting with that twist to the side. So inhale, grow tall, and exhale, rotate. Releasing the shoulders back and down, using the hands as leverage to grow out of the root of your spine, yet disengaging that left and right foot. Closing the eyes once again if you wish. I am grounded like a tree. I am grounded like a tree. Maybe you visualize that tree that you relate to. Maybe it is a palm tree, a red oak, a cypress, an apple tree. I am grounded like a tree. Breathe in and breathe out. Continue to visualize that grounding of a tree as you go into the side lying stretch, maybe incorporating your blocks, having them ready, perhaps the strap around that left foot, taking a hold of the strap or the belt underhanded. Avoid wrapping the hand around. As you inhale, lift tall, and then exhale, slowly going in. Maybe reaching that right arm over the head, draping over the head, behind the head, by the side, or around the back. See where it works for you. Take it step by step to each edge on your exhalations and pausing, waiting for the body to invite you into the shape comfortably, right? Breathe. Maybe finding that second edge. I am grounded like a tree. I am grounded like a tree. Very carefully coming out of your pose, using your hands wherever you need them to slowly lift up. Pause at the top, readjusting the hands. Cleansing breath, if you wish, through the nose. Audible sigh. Well done. Carefully find that release that works best for you. Always using your intuitive guide. Maybe rolling out the shoulders, the neck, popcorn the knees. Shake it out. Point and flex. And now deer pose towards the right side. So bring those props with you. You won't need your staff until later on if needed. And then sweep the legs towards the left. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, rotate a little bit deeper than you did before, possibly towards the right. And remember, take this step by step, little by little. Maybe you will find the forehead or cheek to the mat. But treat the side individually from the other. Work with what this side gives you. Going deeper doesn't necessarily mean better. Each exhalation giving you the opportunity to go deeper. But does the body want to go there? Knowing that no matter how small or primary the pose is, you still acquire the benefits. Incorporating your prana mudra if you like, thumb index and middle finger, other two fingers splayed out. And they could be face up, facing towards each other, facing down, wherever that may be. Take as deep as the body will allow on this side. Respecting your boundaries. And now carefully, as you visualize your exit, maybe you stay there for a few more breaths. And as you finish that second or third wave of breath, carefully walking the hands towards you and lifting up out of your deer pose. Maybe windshield wiper again. Perhaps extend as you point and flex, or fan the legs. Good. Now coming on to all fours. So if you'd like, you could open up that towel or blanket as a cushion for your knees, and then when you go into Sphinx pose, a cushion for your pelvic bones. So cat-cows here, another nice release pose. Heels of the hands underneath the shoulders, knees and feet at hip socket distance, ground through the hands and feet. Inhale, tilt the pelvis forward, lift the chest and head. Exhale, round, and maybe you pick up the knees here for a hyper cat and getting into the ankle. Maybe you curl the toes under as you lift the tailbone and head, and then press down through the tops of the feet as you dolphin round, and maybe that pickup of your knees. 3 more times, curl under, round, pick up knees if you wish, and a couple more on your own. You don't have to incorporate the feet, it's entirely up to you. Good, one more. Then very carefully come down onto your forearms, slide the feet back, and invite your pelvis to the mat. Sphinx pose. Ultimately, we look for the elbows and the shoulder caps in the same line with the forearms and hands at that distance. But if you're experiencing a lot of tightness through the shoulders and chest, your elbows may be out a little bit. And then at that point, I invite you either to interlace to give you stability, or meet the wrist in line with the elbows. See what works best for you. At first, pick up the head and shoulders. Good. If they tend to round, that is quite all right. Maybe you rock the head to the right shoulder and the left. We will go back after this and stretch out the other side of the neck as you did earlier. You may even draw a straight line from your sternum up to the sky if you wish. If the neck needs more attention, and just a couple more times. If this becomes too much, you may stack the forearms and bring the forehead down. Otherwise, slide the right knee out. Right? You have the inner knee and the inner seam of your ankle on the mat or floor or carpet. You may be down on your forearms with the forehead on the fleshy part, or the forearms or hands interlaced out in front of you. You won't be here very long, at least 5 cycles. I am emotionally strong. I am emotionally strong. I am emotionally strong. Good. Slowly slide that leg behind you. And maybe you come up a little bit higher before taking it to the other side. So you can incorporate your blocks here, or pillows or blanket to come up higher with more ease. You may also find seal pose. And this is the one where you take the hands to the top right corners of your mat. Allow the hands to slightly splay out. Or for me, I'd like to walk my hands closer to me to intensify that compression through the lower back, through the vertebra, and building the cells of the vertebra of the lower back. Shoulders back and down. tummy in to protect the lower back as well. So there is a little bit of engagement here of the muscles, that is. So you're either in Sphinx or Seal up here with me for at least 3 to 4 more breaths. And then as your exhalation approaches, very carefully coming down to your Sphinx, perhaps interlacing the hands, and now sliding the left knee out. Remember, you could come down onto your forearms, placing the forehead on the fleshy part if that works well. Breathe. I am emotionally strong. I am emotionally strong. I find the words that I need for myself and for others. I find the words that I need for myself and others. I am emotionally strong. Carefully coming out, sliding the left leg behind you. Draw the arms or hands underneath the breastline or lower by the rib cage. Curl the toes under. Inhale, lift up. And as you come up, maybe the knees come onto the blanket if you need that extra support. Walk your hands out about 2 handprints, wrist at a diagonal from the shoulders. Another release here, cat-cows if you wish. Otherwise, inhale, pelvis forward, tummy in, shoulders down. Exhale, seat to heels through child's pose. And 3 more just like that, more if you need them. Good. So now we'll come down onto the back. And as you come down onto your back, you may need your blanket nearby. You may need your blocks or books nearby. But no, if you don't have any of that, no big deal. At the end of practice, we will be using a supported bridge pose. So if you need to roll up your mat at that point, you could use that. Okay? So carefully bring the seat to the mat. Scoot your seat up towards the top of the mat. Anchor your feet, tummy in, and carefully invite yourself all the way down to the mat. Take a big stretch, extend the legs, point the toes, reach the fingertips to the wall space behind you and the toes to the wall space out in front of you. Good. Then hug the knees into the chest and place the soles of the feet on the mat. Maybe at this point, locating your strap, placing it on your tummy. Hug the right knee into your chest, elevate it up towards the sky. Now maybe there's a big bend, maybe there's a small bend, maybe no bend at all, depending on the flexibility. However, we are going to hold this, so if need be, use that strap or belt around the ball of your right foot. Avoid wrapping around. Make it more about stretching out through the glute, the hamstring. the calf muscles, and the sole of the foot. Some of you might gather the peace finger around the big toe. But if you have the belt or strap, I invite you to use hands on each strap and sliding the elbows down by your sides. Chin in. Breathe there into the tummy. Sigh it out if need be. Again, cleansing breath. Soften the shoulders, soften the neck, and the spaces around your jaw. Hang in this pose, extending the left leg if it feels good to you. Otherwise, if it seems to be a challenge, then bend the knee and place the sole. I am connected to Mother Earth. I am connected to Mother Earth. I am part of this earth. I am part of this earth. Nicely done. Let's take a twist to the left as you remove the prop you've used. Maybe you wrap the right thigh of the left as if you were sitting cross-legged on a chair. Perhaps you bring the arms out to T at shoulder height, or the elbows into cactus arms at shoulder height. Then breathe in. When you arrive, maybe you pick up the legs and squeeze the thighs. As you exhale, to the left with the legs, yet maintaining the shoulders rooted into your mat. If it's too much, unwrap, stack the legs. Slightly elevate the head and rotate it to the right, opposite of the leg. Now this twist more geared towards the lower body. Twisted roots pose. Twisted roots pose. I am like a mountain, stable and sturdy. I am like a mountain, stable and sturdy. Breathe. Carefully bring the head through the center, tummy in, squeeze the legs through the center, unwrap. Release if you need to, windshield wipers with the legs, hug in if you like, and then place the right foot down. Take a hold of your strap if you wish, but you may not need it on this side. So see what works as you place the ball of the foot into your prop of choice. Slide the hands down both of the straps, elbows by the side. Readjust the shoulders and head. Anchor through that right foot or extend it if that works best. And breathe there wherever you find yourself breathing with ease. I am like a mountain, stable and sturdy. I am like a mountain, stable and sturdy. Slowly coming out of this pose as you bend the right knee, then bend the left knee. Remove the prop, place it to the side, perhaps wrapping left thigh over the right, closing the space. Arms out to T at shoulder height or goalpost. Squeeze and maybe lift the legs. Exhale to your right. Maintain that left shoulder rooted into the mat. As you slightly elevate the head, rotate to your left. Breathe. I am balanced. I am balanced. I have been provided with all that I need to survive and thrive. I am balanced. I have been provided with all that I need to survive and thrive. Breathe in, breathe out. carefully the head through the center, tummy in, squeeze the legs. As you carefully pick up the legs through the center, unwrap, hug in, gentle rock from side to side, massaging the back. Maybe opposing knee circles, hands on the kneecaps. Separate the knees to the right and left wall. Press them away. Bring them back together into your chest, completing 2 big opposite circles as you take it twice more in this direction. When the knees come back together, opposite direction. Breathe. 1 more. And then as you come in through the center, remember how I said when you went down to your back, to maybe have your blanket in that small rectangle that we started with, maybe a block or a cushion. Perhaps you need to roll to your side and roll up your mat entirely, but then safely coming down onto the back and using that prop on the broadest setting to place underneath your glutes. Now it's the cushion of your glutes. Please avoid that concave space of your lumbar region. So as you root through the feet firmly, big breath in, full breath out, lifting the pelvis, placing the prop underneath the cushion of your glutes, and carefully extending the legs to stretch out the fronts of the thighs and through the hip creases, through the hip flexor. The hands can be wherever you like, 1 hand on the heart, 1 hand on the tummy, maybe the arms over the head or by the sides with the palms up, but disengage, allow the feet to naturally spread out. Maybe walk the shoulders down, closing the eyes, or if you prefer, soften the gaze. Nice cleansing breath to settle in. This will be your final pose on your back. Stay here if you'd like, otherwise flip the palms face down, close to the side body, anchor them. Slide 1 foot at a time in as you anchor the soles of the feet. Pause, take a breath. Feet grounded, hands grounded. You could practice this exercise on any surface in your home. Hands grounded, feet grounded. I am centered. I have all that I need. I am emotionally strong. Any affirmations that you practice and need to center and ground, please repeat those to yourself. I am centered and grounded. I am centered and grounded. Breathe in, breathe out. Lift your pelvis carefully. Remove the prop, place it to the side. Bring the knees together into a pyramid as you heel toe the feet out. Transfer the hands to your abdomen. Take a breath in. Cleansing breath, sigh it out. Once more or twice more. Good. Hug the knees into your chest. Place the hands on your kneecaps. Take about 3 circles with the knees glued together in one direction, massaging the back, followed by 3 circles in the opposite direction. If you'd like to stay on your back and extend the legs and go through your final relaxation pose, again you can. If you'd like to take the legs up the wall, you could do that as well. Otherwise, I am coming up to seated. You could join me if you wish. Reach one arm over your head, roll towards the screen. Take a moment there with your eyes closed or open to leave behind you what doesn't serve you well. To go into this new day, trusting the process of this path that awaits you in this day or night. As you breathe in and breathe out, then carefully pick up the body, find your seat. Let's not forget those side stretches through the neck on the other side towards the left. A nice tall spine in your seat of choice. Take the left ear towards the left shoulder, 5 rotations of breath. Maybe the hand on the outside temple. Rotate the head facing down the left side of the body. Move the hand to the back of the head if you wish. You move the hand, place it to the outside temple, and carefully guide the hand through the center. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down about 3 or 4 times. Sweep the chin along the horizon from side to side. Twice more, or 1 more if you wish. Then travel through the center again. Bring the hands to the heart center, or maybe you practice that prana mudra, thumb index and middle finger joined out there towards your knees, palms up or down. A chant of Om to close practice, sending your positive, grounding, strong vibration out into the world to those people in need. First, a cleansing breath. Inhale to chant Om. Join the palms together in Anjali Mudra, sending that offering, prayer, intention, love, and gratitude towards yourself and towards others as you bring the chin in, bowing down. Honoring this moment, this breath, honoring your practice. From my heart to yours, Namaste.